Alright guys, big welcome to you all to our channel. We are team crushing the meta. I'm here for you guys with some area videos. So today's video is between me playing Great Nature on the Spike Brother playmat against Bermuda. So Bermuda is the upcoming hype, let's say, and going through this standard format, I'm thinking between playing Great Nature and some other decks for the shop challenge. So I'm testing Great Nature out and I'm really liking the playstyle. I also played in real life a lot. Don't get me wrong, I still play Spikes more, but for me it's also nice to try some other decks in the shop challenges for me too. I could see how the format looks like, and when I come back home I will sit and change my Spike Brother deck around, because in big events I normally just play Spike Brothers, so it's really nice to give my other decks the chance to show what they got. So let's see how this match will turn out. Told them good luck and chose for heads or tails. I almost always go for heads, so I could go first. My first hand was actually a little bit garbage because I know that I have all the hamsters I need. But the bad thing is that I don't have the grade 3 in hand while I play mat 3. But also, I'm seeing too many of my hamsters because I already have 3 of my grade 1s, which means that if I lose one more, even if I ride the grade 3 hamster, I still, or hamsuk or hamske, depending on whatever you like to call them, I still need my copies in my deck to do something. So that's is a little bit of a problem. Talking a little bit about Bermuda, so we have this card which is pretty balanced in my opinion, because some others are not. On plays, just draw a card and discard one. It's really good to help search out the right cards to your hand. This, on the other hand, is a very unfair card. Why? Looking at the other cleanse, you need to pay a Count Blast or a Soul Blast or something to call something from the top of your deck. If we are thinking about Spike Brothers, if we are thinking about Gold Paladins. This card, on the other hand, doesn't cost anything, and it could also call anything, which is interesting. You're plussing 1 anyway, even if you call a trigger, that's a good thing. And to make the skill even better, you don't have to call it, you could also put it into your soul, which means that you could pay for other skills. And to make it even better and more unfair, this card also counts as a grade 1. So you can put it on the field early on. It's a 10k, so for the Excel or the Protect cleanse, they can't really get rid of it that easy, and combining it with cards like these, when you call it, it's just unfair. This, on the other hand, is a VR, so it's understandable how good this card is, but just calling it, the first skill is amazing. You can't attack, so this means you could just put your grade 3s in the front row and they can't be attacked, which is very good. And also something else is that for her own plays ability, you just show something, you add something to your hand. You don't have to discard or anything, which is, yeah, pretty much, I would say, a little bit unbalanced. So I decided to take this and not guard it yet, and also take that one as well. I know it's a good thing to guard in the early game against Bermuda Triangle, but I didn't want to lose too many of cards from my hand, because sometimes if you want to go for the hamske, you have to discard 2. And that would put you like 3 or 4 cards in hand, and I really don't like that. As you can see here, I've already seen 3 of my grade 2 hamske, which I only play 3. So there is no reason for me anymore to get the grade 3 hamske. This of course gets the extra 5k whenever he attacks, so attack with this first, then with that, the front trigger, which is good, but he didn't guard anyway. So put him at 2 damage, I'm at 2 damage, his heal could go off. And again, the same bullshit right here, which is, yeah, just unfortunate for me. So guarded this one, because if you take this and it has a crit, you're already at 4 damage and you have to deal with these 2. So I guarded that, took this one, got a heal trigger, which is good, and this one could not hit me anymore. So that's, I think, the best way to guard against these kind of turns. Right here I had the Leopard, so I could get these 2 for free, and also I have my Zebra ready, which is, you can see right here in this match how good the Zebra is. Some people like the geographic giant more, and some people dislike having zebra in general. The good thing about zebra is if you have him in your hand, like this I have in my hand, but I really don't want to call it because I don't have a free Excel circle. It's good to call the zebra in the early game. He stays on the field, a lot of people don't get rid of him, but he becomes a powerhouse. Like combining him with this, combining him with all the tigers, he gets huge power boost, which you will see through this match, because this zebra stayed on the field, and this zebra was also the downfall of this Bermuda player. So right here I was trying to attack into the rear guard, but I forgot about her skill. I'm new at playing at Bermuda, so yeah. Attacking with the geographic giant, and I decided after all to attack with the tiger just to make him strong enough to hit the Vanguard, which was good, so he intercepted, not bad. And now this is just perfect field for him. Having all the grade 3s right there, you could even get rid of these to get more grade 3s, or you could ride if you want to, but having her as a Vanguard is pretty good because she still have the Soul Blast 3 ability, and it's easy to get a lot of soul in Bermuda because, yep, of the soul charge ability that they give to each other. So this is huge because these, if you don't know what it does, they make your grade 3 or cards with Melody in a card name, they could boost, and also they give them an extra 5k. This does the same, so all the boosters will get an extra 10k. This gives you an extra power for just having around the field. So this makes a huge field, and that's what Bermuda is all about. As you can see, they all become huge, and also the Vanguard gets more power because of her. So the attacks got a critical trigger. I got another heal trigger, which is pretty good, and then I got a front trigger, so a lot could not hit, but I still had to drop 2 cards to guard this. So I decided to drop 2 of my grade 1s, because even riding him, as I said, does nothing, but I drew into a Leopold, so that was a lucky draw for me right there. Because I didn't have my tank mouse on the field yet, which I have now, which is perfect. So the second skill of Leopold was perfect. I dropped another Leopold, which means I could call 2 more, and it was another tank mouse and then Binoculars Tiger, which I have a lot of counterblasters to work with. The first thing I could do is use the first tank mouse, because it was already on the field, to get my Leopold back to my hand for the next turn. So already got that ready. Then attack for 18, got a draw trigger, which is good. He got another defensive trigger, which is pain in the ass if you ask me, but yeah, I got to heal, he got 2 defensive triggers, that's a good thing. And then we will see Zebra becomes a monster. So I dropped stand, yeah, I want to say stand trigger, but the front trigger right there with his attack, and with that I get his skill off to retire something. But also I have now the ability to give my units extra 5k in the front row, and use the tank mouse ability to get more shield to my hand because I need it. I don't know what I will drop with him, so let's see. So attacking for 19 right there, I didn't use his skill because there was no need to, and then attacking with the Zebra, meaning he dropped 1 more card. I could have borrowed him a bit more with his ability, but I didn't want to take the risk. And also there was no reason to do so because I couldn't add cards, just an extra 5k for him. Alright, so using his Vanguard skill yet again, this is the final turn for him anyway, because even if he draws 3 cards, there is no way he could survive all of these huge attacks, especially by riding into another Leopold. So I only needed to guard this attack. And this is when I made a small mistake right there. I should have guarded this attack with just the 10k and the front. But yeah, I decided to drop 30k shield. And in this case, yeah, that doesn't really matter because I needed 1 more card anyway. So I dropped the 2 fronts and the great 1 just to guard this attack, and I wanted to keep everything else on the field. Riding, getting 2 cards, this was interesting. I got the Binoculars Tiger and the others were triggers, so I pulled them back to my deck, and then I used his skill again and all 4 cards were triggers. So put all of those back to the deck, shuffle the deck, give Zebra another power, and call him on the field because I have two counterblasters to work with. So he guarded this one as a 1 to pass, but I went through and he got a heal trigger. Yeah, a miracle heal is okay in my opinion, but the thing is, it's just the power. And I didn't get a front trigger, so I had to work with what I have, and this was interesting. So I said nice heal because the heal was pretty good. Dropped a crit or a front right there, which means I will get more power, the zebra will get more power, and this will hit. This could hit depending on what I get with him, and the zebra will definitely hit. The same with the geographic giant, and there is no way for him to guard because I've seen his strife check, and also these are definitely not enough to guard these attacks. So that was it, that was the game. I would like to thank you guys for watching our videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tell me what you think about Bermuda in general. Do you think they are just OP, or do you think the deck is manageable to win against, or do you think it's a lot of bullshit? For me, I think some of the skills are pretty balanced. I mean, I don't really hate those grade 3 skills, they're pretty cool, but some other cards are like the small things in my opinion are just crazy. I mean, her skill should have been discard a card or placed from hand, and the grade 2 skill, this is yeah, her. This is a very unfair card. This should have not been the same way that she is right now. Her skill should have been a counterblast, or I mean, look at this. Look at this. The deck doesn't really use counterblast like some cards use counterblast, but I mean, this is insane because if they have a skill that I haven't really looked a lot into the Bermuda clan, but what I've seen through the decks that topped and through the decks that I played against, it's really a lot of bullshit. There's some of the skills should have been more like, do you need cost for it? Like this, those skills, they don't even have a cost or something, it's just a continuous skill. Her skill is pretty much free, just a soul blast and reveal a grade 3 from your hand. Well, at least should have been a counter blast. And some of the other skills are free as well. Like we have seen some of the grade 1s, like which has an okay skill in my opinion. Like this grade 1 has an okay skill, but some of the grade 2s are unfair, and some of the grade 3s are unfair as well. I'm okay with her skill, but some of the powers that these units gets, it's a little bit insane if you ask me. Like put these two on here, move this forward, and you have an insanely amount of power. You can only stop that with like dropping 3 cards from your hand, like all 15k or 20k shield to stop a column, or just drop PGs for life to be able to stop these. Alright, that was it for me talking a little bit about Bermuda and showing you a match. Thanks for watching guys, until next time.